I'm here with Dan Arberry, artist behind the Hidden Amongst the Treasures exhibit at Peace Gallery North. Dan, thank you for joining me today.
Not a problem at all.
So tell me a little bit about Hidden Amongst the Treasures.
It's a newer exhibition I've put together, probably over the last 3 years of pieces. This body of work is over the last maybe 2.5 years of works.
I see. So what is kind of the subject that you've painted about?
In this particular one, it's about items in the environment, about nature. Use a lot of pine cones, different configurations of pine cones, but primarily of one specific mode, and of stalks of grain, canola or foxtails and things like that, things of that nature. That's what fills my studio right now.
I see. So what inspired you to start painting, nature items?
It stemmed originally from my studies in university, from studying the masters, using still lifes as pears and apples and oranges, limes and lemons, things like that, things of that nature. Just a natural progression into a different object. I got to a point where, as a drawer, I always consider myself a drawer before I consider myself a painter, as a mark maker. But I needed to challenge myself, so that's where the pine cone actually came from originally. I love the object. I love the subject matter that it is and what it means. But as far as a object to draw, it's an incredibly challenging object to draw and just to get lost in.
I see. So when you gave your kind of speech in front of the group here at the reception, you said that the exhibit has changed in the past 2 months. Can you just tell us how it's changed? Well,
what I had mentioned was that I was pretty confident going into this exhibition. Pretty confident that the body of work that I had was good, and I had seen it in my head how it was going to be shown. What ended up happening is the 24 pieces that I brought out in the living room on a Saturday morning to look at them, go over them, to see them, to make sure everything was right. And I did a cut. I cut 50% of my pieces 2 months ago. Not happy with. They're great pieces in reference to where I was, but they weren't great pieces in reference to where I am. So whenever you do an exhibition, you're always putting yourself on the walls, and I just didn't feel I was showing me. I wasn't showing off who I was currently. So I opened up the studio pretty much around the clock and brought out a new medium, kept using the same subject matter, and I worked progressively forward with a new direction. And growth as an artist is always a necessity. So.
I see. Okay, and so what kind of feedback have you been getting for the exhibit so far here tonight?
Really good ones. I've actually using social media, and the social media has been overwhelming. We've been posting pictures for the last 3 days, and the amount of shares, the amount of likes, from Facebook, it's overwhelming. I'm really happy with. Whenever you put an exhibition together, you know that you're going to come across the opportunity where some people are not going to like it. That's you just accept that as an artist, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody's going to like everything, but I've been overwhelmed by the support from people, and it's been really, really well received, and I'm happy with the end result now too.
I see. So you've had a lot of exhibitions all across, BC, Alberta.
I've shown in Europe as well.
Oh, I see. Okay. So does it mean maybe a little more to you to have your work showcased in the town where you were born and raised, Fort St. John?
It does. We moved here when I was going into grade 1. So I mean, growing up here and having spent 10 years here and being encouraged from a young age from your teachers, and to come back here. I showed in 1998 here at this gallery as well, and I always viewed myself as a student then. it was. I mean, it was still a student exhibition, of student ideas, and coming back as an artist, as a supporter of the arts, as I don't want to use the word leader, but a firm. I've hold myself very close to saying that I'm involved, and I want to see the growth of arts and culture in every community. It's a good thing for kids, and it makes it good for everybody.
Well, that's all the time we have. Hidden Amongst the Treasures will hang in Peace Gallery North until July 25th. Dan, thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much.